Okay then, here we go. Let's introduce the two teams for our next game between Fen Tigers and GC Perun. Introducing GC Perun, starting with number 2, Martin Jozefek. Number 5, Matej Kozisowski. 6, Petr Shrina. Number 7, Dominik Bischer. And number 8, Jan Boscher. And the coach is Yuri Spooster. And now introducing Fen Tigers. Number 1, Joe Roper. Number 4, Dom Roper. 6, Josh McIntyre. 7, Dan Roper. And number 9, Dave Scott. The head coach is Emma Evans. And assistant coach Daniel Bettis. Your 2 referees are Patrick Larson and Yanni Ahoka. Thank you, let's play!
It's Fen Tigers against GC Perun from Pool B. Fen Tigers on the left of your picture in the black and orange striped shirts, with GC Perun in the white shirts to the right of your screen. And it's already a chance here for Fen Tigers with the penalty conceded by Jan Boschak, who is back and makes the sliding save and hits it off the post and back. Jan Boschak, well, straight into the action. He was not here yesterday, he flew in straight this morning, and he's out on the court at 12:15 in the morning, 12:15 in the afternoon, I should say, here in Espoo. Jan Boschak straight into the action. He's over on that far right side. He takes a couple of deep breaths, throws down that far side, and scores off the post. Jan Boschak, he's back. Dan Roper. Apologies, it's Dom Roper, the number 4 on the left side. Of course, Joe, Dom and Dan all in the squad. We've got Joe in the middle with Dave Scott on the right. Dom blocks on that far left side. He just comes into a more central position and launches the ball. It's a bouncing effort, awkward, that's saved. Jan Boschak leans on the crossbar, fires it forward, it bounces, it's awkward, saved by Dom Roper, gives it to Dave Scott. He shifts out to this near side, running his left hand on the top of the crossbar, hurls it down this near side, it's saved. Martin Josefek. Jan Boschak just says, give the ball to me. He is so pumped. And it's blocked by Dom Roper. Dom Roper fires it through the middle. It's blocked. Peter Schweiner. Jan Boschak, it's saved. Dave Scott just leans on the crossbar. Fires it towards the gap. It's flicked over the crossbar. Martin Josefek just standing left of centre. Awkward bouncing ball that's saved by Joe Roper. Roper, who's been really good so far in this tournament, fires it down this near side. It's saved just off the left shoulder of Martin Josefek, diving to his left. Jan Boschak is now on this near side, sporting these orange and black trainers, same colours as Fen Tigers. As he fires it forward, Dave Scott flicks it up into the air, and it bounces into the path of Joe Roper, standing in the centre of his goal. Just hands it to his brother Dom, who's just slightly right of centre, throwing from left to right. Nearly gets past Jan Boschak. Boschak replies, and it's saved by Dom Roper, just trying to reach the ball before it's a ball over, and gets it. Well, Jan Boschak, 167 goals in the SEGL, make that 168. Scott, it's flicked up into the air, and it just scrapes the crossbar as it goes over. They're getting closer, Fen Tigers. Martin Josefek. Just getting his eye shades adjusted. Dave Scott fires it down the centre. It's saved. Peter Schweiner. Jan Boschek cross-court effort that's saved by Dom Roper. Dom Roper, oh, that was close potentially to being a long ball, but it's nestles into the body of Jan Boschek. He just takes a deep breath and fires it forward, saved by Dom Roper. Joe Roper picks up the loose ball, gives it to Dave Scott. Dave Scott hits the post and goes wide. That's twice now. Dom Roper throws down this near side, has his effort blocked. Gives the ball to Jan Boschek over on that far side and tries to sneak it through Dom and Joe Roper. Some encouragement from Emma Evans in the team bench area. And it's flicked over the crossbar again. Dave Scott just getting closer and closer. Well, Fen Tigers 15-10 in their opening game against RGC Hansa. Then lost to Old Power 11-8, which was a really close game up until the final minute. At the moment, they find themselves 1-0 down to Jan Boschek inspired GC Perun. And this one's deflected wide. And it's deflected and over the line, and it's 2-0. And GC Perun have their second goal. They only managed one in their 2 games yesterday. They now have 2 in the space of 5 minutes. Fen Tigers with work to do. Is it going to sneak through? It doesn't quite. Jan Boschek just sandwiches the ball into the ground. Jan Boschek goes down this near side, it's deflected and just over the crossbar. And Fen Tigers are preparing a substitution here, and no surprises. Dan Roper is just getting patched up, ready to go. Interesting to see who he comes on for. Just reaching the end of the first quarter then. Dom Roper now with the effort down the centre. That's blocked. Jan Boschek just pushes the ball out from that far side. Well, GC Perun 5th in the Super European Goalball League South last season, now playing in the North division of the competition. And Dom Roper just flattens the ball. Dom Roper goes down that far side, deflected wide. Down that far sideline by Martin Josefek. So Dom Roper coming off for his brother. Dan Roper comes on. Top scorer at the end of the day's play yesterday, Dan Roper. Here we go, Dan Roper with his first attempt, whips it down the centre of the court. Victor Schreiner has his effort, saves his effort, and Dave Scott has moved out to the left of the three. Dave Scott, he's come close on a couple of occasions already in this first half. 5 minutes to go. Dan Roper, can he break through? It's off the line once, but twice. And it remains 2-0 to GC Perun. Jan Boschek tries to fire it through that gap between Scott and Joe Roper. Dave Scott stands tall, whips it down the middle of the court and scores this time. He's been threatening that all this first half as Dave Scott, and that move to the left side has found that angle. Now can Fen Tigers build on that momentum? Roper down the centre, saved. Dave Scott, cross-court effort, hits the post and stays out. Well, they've hit the framework twice now of Fen Tigers. They're really threatening. Dan Roper's now got the ball in his hand, stands in the centre of his goal. Launches it at Jan Boschek, but Boschek has such a tall frame, he can almost lie in the ground and cover so much width across the goal. Dave Scott fires it at Martin Josefek, who puts his body on the line. Just touches the left post, crouches underneath the crossbar, fires it forward, saved by Dan Roper. Just takes a second to just walk back to the goal line. He's on this near side of the court, throwing from left to right, down the centre, saved, and it goes wide, out of play. 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go. The first half. Fen Tigers 1, GC Perun 2. Jan Boschek unleashes one with a bit of venom behind it down that far side towards Dave Scott. Scott on the left of the three for Fen Tigers goes down the centre, and a high ball called. Jan Boschek just takes a moment, stands in the centre of his goal, is up against Dave Scott. Jan Boschek scores for GC Perun. That's 2 for the Man Mountain, and they lead by 3 goals to 1. And it's just saved off the line by Jan Boschek, and good covering work, Martin Josefek. And it's saved by Dan Roper. trying to find that pocket between Josefek and Schwein at the centre. Dave Scott, and just skims the post as it goes past. Dave Scott's been a real threat so far for Fen Tigers. And it just trickles towards the goal line and goes over. And it's 4-1. Just goes over according to the goal line judge. Either side. And it is 4-1 to GC Perun. Jan Boschek. And scores again. It's 5-1 to GC Perun. And a timeout has been called by Fen Tigers. And they just need a bit of a reset here. Well, 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go in this first half. Fen Tigers lead. Fen Tigers 1, GC Perun 5. Well, the influence that Jan Boschek is having on his team is quite remarkable. They have really turned things around on their opening game of day 2. Dan Roper, quick response, he means business now, saved down the centre. It's an awkward bouncing effort. He gets so much bounce into the court as Jan Boschek, and Dave Scott tries to work it through Martin Josefek. They've really done well to close that gap. And it's going to be a ball over, just to avoid that 10-second penalty. Back to Fen Tigers. They managed to keep the ball in GC Perun, but Jan Boschek just realising the timing and cleared the ball. Dan Roper down the centre. Ball down this near side. Roper responds. It's saved. And Dave Scott manages to get it through. Get it through that gap. Is this the start of a bit of a resurgence here for Fen Tigers? And Jan Boschek saves that effort and hurls it forward down this near side into the ribcage of Roper on this near side. 20 seconds to go in this first half. Roper fires one forward. It's deflected into the path of Jan Boschek. Boschek just flings the ball forward towards Roper again. And that is half-time in what has been, well, one of the turnarounds of the tournament so far. GC Perun, well, had only scored 1 goal in their 2 games yesterday, find themselves 5-2 up and have a huge influence on this game. Jan Boschek flew in this morning, missed the games yesterday, and he is playing for GC Perun and having an impact, not obviously just with his goals, but he's making the team solid. He is obviously a huge influence on his side, and also huge credit goes to Martin Josefek and Peter Schreiner, who have performed really well in that first half. Work to do for Fen Tigers. Dave Scott's looked the most threatening so far in that first half. 2 goals to his name. They need to get Dan Roper really warmed up and firing in this second half. Maybe this half-time break will just help them reset. Well, if you're just joining us on day 2 of the Super European Goalball League Champions League Division North, and a huge warm welcome to you. We've had 3 games so far today. Napaya beating Aisti Sport 8-6 in the Finnish derby this morning. Inversports beating Birmingham by 13 goals to 3, and one of the games, if not the game of the tournament so far, between RGC Hansen and Aarhus Goalball, an 8-8 thriller that went all the way down to the final throw. It was a real spectacle. And at the moment, GC Perun, well, they were the whipping boys yesterday. 2 mercy defeats. Fen Tigers with a 15-10 win against RGC Hansa, and then losing 8-11 to Old Power. Fancied themselves coming into this game, but Jan Boschek, a fantastic player, one of the 167 goals in his Super European Goalball League career. He's pushed that tally to 170 and beyond. 171 now he stands on in SEGL goals. And he's been supported by some really good work by Martin Josefek and Peter Schreiner. So Dave Scott comes off for Fen Tigers. Josh McEntee comes on, playing on the left of the 3. Show Jan Boschek's first throw going wide of the near post. Dan Roper. As his effort blocked, Martin Josefek now under the crossbar. Down this near side of the court. Quick reply from Roper. Has his effort blocked. Lots of work here for Fen Tigers to do. And it's deflected, it's wide. A collective ooh from the Fen Tigers team bench, as it was just deflected past Josh McEntee. And here is the big man, the Big Mac, McEntee, who goes for it, and it's just tipped wide. just finding a way through. Josh McEntee. 11 minutes to go in the second half. Jan Boschek hurls it forward. Roper. All he has to do is sit there and wait for the ball to come to him. Roper just scuttles into the central position and hurls it forward, looking for the corner, and it's palmed away. So timeout called by GC Perun. I think it was just to get some bandaging on the fingers of Jan Boschek. He was just rushing a little bit at the end of half time. So 10 minutes 52 seconds left on the clock. Fen Tigers 2, GC Perun 5. And we're back underway. Dan Roper scores for Fen Tigers. That could be a huge goal for Fen Tigers. Emma Evans jumping for joy. And there's another timeout here for GC Perun, and it's more work on the hands of Jan Boschek. It's just maybe is it a little bit of an injury worry, or is it just getting the taping right? We'll have to wait and see on that one. Martin Josefek with the throw. Dan Roper hurls it down this near side. Jan Boschek scores for GC Perun, finding that gap between the two Ropers, Joe and Dan. And that 3-goal cushion has been restored for GC Perun. Just over 10 minutes to go of this second half. Josh McEntee, it's deflected and in! Josh McEntee.
Cafeteria, please be quiet.
Martin Josefek on this near side, throwing from right to left. It doesn't have the power, but it does spin on the surface. And Joe Roper has the ball in his hands, hurls it forward down this near side. That one's blocked. Nine and a half minutes remaining. 2 goals separating the sides. Josh McEntee got a goal. Can he get another one? Not this time. Josefek does well. Schreiner now just pushes the ball forward. And it's saved. Martin Josefek does well. Jan Boschek. And it hits the face of Jan Boschek. He rubs it off. And will throw for GC Perun on that far right side. And into the body of Josh McEntee. And it's deflected wide. So just a reminder that we have more action coming from Pool A. Next, Kamnitsa against Aisti Sport. Dan Roper has his effort saved. Martin Josefek just touches the crossbar and just throws the ball down this near sideline. Timeout called by Emma Evans. Just under 8 minutes to go. Well, I think it was a bit of a shock for Fen Tigers with Jan Boschek appearing for the first time this weekend, and he made his mark in the first half. They've been able to stifle his threat, just narrowing the angles in this second half, making it a little bit more difficult, but also huge credit has to go to Martin Josefek and Berta Schweiner, who have also followed Jan Boschek's lead and made it tough to score. They conceded 21 goals yesterday and only the 4 in this first game. Roper goes cross court, saved, and we're going to have a substitution. So Martin Josefek comes off for good performance for Martin, and he's going to be replaced by Maciej Kotisowski. Kotisowski is onto the court. Switches with Jan Boschek. Boschek's on this near side and scores! Well, that quiet, meticulous switch from Kotisowski and Jan Boschek just caught Fen Tigers out. Went through Roper, the two Roper brothers, down this near side. Jan Boschek just calmly rolls the ball. Roper goes down this near side, saved by Jan Boschek. Just that tactical play from Jan Boschek just to replicate just a calmer throw, just to maybe throw them off Fen Tigers. Josh McEntee goes down the centre. Kotisowski, it goes wide. Dan Roper, it's saved by Jan Boschek, diving to his right. Josh McEntee tries to get through the centre of the court, but gets past Peter Schreiner, but not the giant Jan Boschek. And it's a last-ditch tackle from Dan Roper. Really good save. last ditch, flinging his left leg out and diverting it away from danger. Dan Roper's over on that far side now. Tries to get through, it's deflected, but it stows out of play. Dan Roper. As his effort block, Jan Boschek just palms it into the path of his teammate. Joe Roper, awkward bouncing one, it's tipped off the post and wide. Joe Roper had many throws in this game. In fact, that might have been his first throw of the match, and he was certainly close. Into the path of McEntee. Goes that far side, saved by Godsowski. 2 big saves from the substitute. Just over 5 minutes remaining. And a high ball given against Maciej Godsowski. And it's going to be a penalty here for Fen Tigers, and you just feel this is such a crucial throw, this. Can Dan Roper find the back of the net? He's over on this near side. Godsowski's just standing slightly left of centre. Roper. It's a goal for Fen Tigers. Only just, though, goes underneath the body of Maciej Godsowski. And Boschek of his team 7-5 up. Can he add an 8th? No. Dan Roper is there. 2 key players out on the pitch, Roper and Boschek. Who's going to get the better of one another? Roper, the top scorer, coming into the day's play. Jan Boschek tries to get past Joe Roper, who's been excellent across the 3 games. Boschek just almost just pushes the ball down the court like a bowling ball. McEntee scores for Fen Tigers, breaks through Godsowski and Peter. And a little bit of work to do for GC Perun and their coach Jiří Spooster. Only 1 goal separating the 2 teams now. Dan Roper, it's saved initially, and Dan Roper diving to his right. And scores. Dan Roper breaks through that pocket, and GC Perun just look a little bit crestfallen. Jan Boschek just hunches over, puts his head down into the court. And it's 7-7. Gosh, McEntee's made such a big difference since coming on. It's 7-7. Three minutes and 47 seconds. Still plenty of time left in this game. Jan Boschek musters every ounce of energy. You can almost just see the veins coming through his arms as he tried to hurl that down the court. Quick response from Roper, and it's deflected, and it's into the back of the net. They've turned it around, Fen Tigers. And Maciej Godsowski comes off for GC Perun and will be replaced by Martin Josefek. Well, Jan Boschak just slumped over the goal. Just a little bit of tiredness creeping in for Jan Boschak. He's done so well to arrive this morning. Play straight from the start in a midday game, and he's giving it his all. And a bit of a change around. Jan Boschak is in the centre now for GC Perun. Josh McEntee, it's saved. So at the moment, Old Power are top of Group B. Aarhus second, RGC Hansa third, Fen Tigers fourth, GC Perun fifth. Crucial moments in the group stage section of the competition. Here is Dan Roper going down the middle. Jan Boschak quickly replies. And that might have been very close to a high ball and sandwiched into the floor by Martin Josefek. Just under 3 minutes now to go. Are we going to get a win? An equaliser from GC Perun. We are going to get an equaliser from GC Perun. It is 8-8. What an incredible game of goalball this has been. Two back-to-back brilliant matches. Josh McEntee saved. So 2 minutes, 17 seconds left on the clock. Fen Tigers 8, GC Perun 8. Boschak just rolls it down this near side. Are we going to get a winner? Down Roper, it's an awkward bouncing effort and dealt with well actually in the end. Martin Josefek just bouncing onto the ball. He will respond with a spin on that one that goes wide. Dan Roper, cross-court effort. It's blocked and picked up. Jan Boschak. And it's saved by Joe Roper. Important save for Fen Tigers. And it's into the back of the net. What a huge goal! Josh McEntee. Such a big substitution for Fen Tigers. The Big Mac delivers. Ball launched forward. Another goal here for Fen Tigers would just give them a bit of breathing space, and it's blocked. Can Jan Boschak just muster one big effort here? Final minute and 10 seconds. Good save, Joe Roper. Just a bit of game management now here for Fen Tigers just to get this, run the clock down. It'd be such a huge 3 points for Fen Tigers in what has been a real battle. Into the final minute we go, 50 seconds on the clock in this second half. Roper, and he scores, Roper, it's 10-8. That is a huge 2-point cushion to have now. Jan Boschek really has to muster everything he's got. Josh McEntee, a huge save. Body on the line. And it's deflected, it goes out towards this near side and out. Yeah, I think all three of the GC Perun players then, as it deflected out of play onto this near side. 30 seconds to go. A goal here would really just make it an interesting final few seconds, but it's wide. And Dan Roper, just using all his experience here, just to take the sting out of the game. And it's saved, Jan Boschek. An equipment check here, actually just to mop the floor, just in front of the Fen Tigers players. .20 seconds to go. 10-8. Jan Boschek. Joe Roper with it, taking it right in the guts. And does well. He stands up, gives it to his brother Dan Roper. That one is saved. 5 seconds to go. Timeout called. 5 seconds on the clock. Fen Tigers 10. GC Perun 8. It's been a really good contest. A contest that I don't think many people were fully expecting to go this close. GC Perun with those 2 mercy defeats yesterday. Jan Boschek turning up today, helping his side, and he has produced a really good performance for his side. He's got the best out of his players. And a huge credit also has to go to the rest of the GC Perun squad. They have matched the effort. 5 seconds on the clock. And that is saved, and that should be that. It's a huge win for Fen Tigers. They now move into second position in Group B on 6 points with a +4 goal difference. Just behind Old Power, who remain in that top spot. Aarhus moved to third, RGC Hansa are fourth, and GC Perun are in fifth. A huge performance from Jan Boschek and GC Perun. They gave Fen Tigers such a brilliant game. But at the end of our 4th game of the day, Fen Tigers are your winners by 10 goals to 8. We'll now turn our attention back to Pool A as we have Chemnitsa taking on Aisti Sport. That'll be coming up next.